Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to reveal my fiance's wallet from Burberry. But before I do so, I do want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. I put out a lot of videos about contemporary designer handbags like Coach, Michael Kors, Furla, Fossil, and also some luxury SLGs like Gucci and now Burberry. So this is my fiance's wallet. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to just kind of give an overview of the wallet, the price we paid, all that. We did buy it online from Nordstrom, so I'm going to talk about how it was packaged, and I'm also going to talk about the material and compare it to the material of some of my Coach and Gucci SLGs. And then I'm going to explain why he chose this particular style of wallet and what he finds valuable in it. So without further ado, this is the wallet. It is a men's bifold wallet. It is in a coated canvas with like a blue and black pattern on the front and a more blue-black pattern on the back in more of like a plaid style, whereas the front is just kind of like an X. If I open it up like this, the pattern does carry over across the bend of the wallet. So it's coated canvas on the front, and then you have leather on the inside, and this leather is really nice. It's very soft and feels, yeah, it's just very soft. And so the overview of the wallet, it has 6 card slots, 3 on each side, 1 slip pocket here, 1 slip pocket here, and then it has a bill compartment in there. So the bill compartment is, it has like a nylon lining, much like my Gucci wallet actually. Maybe you can see it a little better there. And then the card slots themselves also have a nylon lining, which might be a little harder to see, so I'm not going to try to stretch that out too much. So, like I said, we got this from Nordstrom online, and the reason we got it from Nordstrom online is because it was actually sold out at the Burberry boutique, and we were kind of bummed about that because we, specifically I, really wanted to have the boutique experience, and I particularly wanted him to get a box with the wallet because I thought it might be good for resale if he ended up not liking the wallet. But we actually ended up having to order it at Nordstrom online because the only Burberry store that had it was in a completely different state, and so we would have had to like call to order it and then have them ship it to the store near us, and we would have had to pay for them to ship it like already without even looking at it, so it could have been damaged, it could have been in any condition, and we wouldn't have known until we paid for it, and we would have had to return it, and it would have just been a whole thing. So we ordered it at Nordstrom online. And a lot of people who order items on Nordstrom online, particularly handbags, they're pretty shocked at how they're packaged because a lot of people complain that, you know, they don't have a box. And we actually went to a Nordstrom to look at this wallet, and we asked whether it would come with a Burberry box, and they said they don't carry them. So I think that's pretty standard that they don't carry designer item boxes. And they're packaged in such a way that you would think it would be pretty easy for the item to get damaged. And I think that is kind of true in this case as well. So this item came in a fairly big box. Like think about kind of a standard Amazon box if you order something a little bit larger. It came in that kind of box, just wrapped in packing paper. And then the wallet was inside this plastic bag. It was not in the dust bag, but it was packaged with just, you know, this piece of cardboard inside the bill compartment, and I think this piece of styrofoam here to protect the card slots from one another. So there was really nothing in the packaging that protected the wallet except for this plastic bag, which is a little disappointing. Obviously, this is a fairly hardy material. It's coated canvas, so we wouldn't expect it to get scratched or something, but you can imagine that if you got something that was in a softer leather, it would be really easy for it to get scratched if it was packaged like that. But that said, I think he's really happy with how the wallet looks. It doesn't have any damage at all. We inspected it really closely because, you know, when you order things online, you never know what you're going to get, and there's really just nothing wrong with the wallet. It was in perfect condition. And the Burberry dust bag is pretty nice. It's pretty thick, and it's lined with like a, I don't know, a really soft, I think probably microfiber. So that's nice, and it's good that we got a dust bag. It also came with the care guide. It says Burberry, London, England on there. And this is the tag. It is the London Check Collection, a small billfold. And that is the item number. So, like I said, this wallet is a coated canvas with leather on the inside. And so some of you might be wondering, you know, what does this leather feel like and what does this coated canvas feel like? So I have some coated canvas pieces from Coach and then my Gucci wallet just to compare the material. So starting with the coated canvas, here I have my Coach wristlet and a mini skinny. So the coated canvas here, I would say, is much more of a fine grain, I guess. It reminds me more of like a cross grain or Saffiano leather, whereas the coated canvas here has more texture. You see that? You see all those little dots there, versus here it's just kind of this perfect cross hatch kind of coating. So it does feel a little bit, I like the texture a little bit more. It's a little bit smoother rather than this has a lot of little holes in and out of it, or a lot of little like bumps, I guess you can see. It has like a bit of a grain, if that makes any sense. The Coach coated canvas is also a little bit stickier. Like it, I don't know, it kind of, if you rub your finger across it, it does feel like it pulls a little bit more, whereas this is a bit smoother. I think it's probably because of the crosshatch. It's just really easy to drag your finger across and follow the grain of the coated canvas. In terms of the leather, so like I said, the leather on the inside is this really soft leather, and if you compare it, apologies, I just need to take stuff out of my Gucci wallet. If you compare it to my Gucci wallet leather, this leather I think is a lot less soft. It feels a little more durable. Like I feel like if I dragged my fingernail across this, it might get a scratch more easily, whereas this I feel like might be coated with something to make it a little more scratch resistant. But I do really like the feeling of this leather a lot better. It feels pretty soft, pretty nice compared to this one. And I will say that, you know, because this is a men's wallet, whereas for a women's wallet you might wonder, or you might want to protect it from like women's fingernails scratching it, for example. Hopefully for a men's wallet, it wouldn't be that big of a concern that it would get scratched too much. So yeah, I do think that the quality in terms of materials of this wallet are definitely very nice, much nicer than I think, you know, contemporary brands like Coach, and also I think nicer in some aspects, like in terms of like the softness feeling, than my Gucci wallet. So now I want to go over why he chose this particular wallet, because it was pretty hard to find, and so he was pretty adamant about getting this specific model of wallet in this color. So for one, he had been coming from a card holder. That's what he'd been using for his cards all the time, and so the reason that he wanted to buy a new wallet was because he really wanted a billfold for his daily carry, because it's really hard to get money out of a card holder, as you can imagine. But he didn't want it to be huge. He wanted it to be slim in terms of like the amount of space it would take in his pocket and the bulge that it would show like in his pant pocket. And he also wanted it to be short. So he didn't want it to have like 18 card slots, or I think the other version of this wallet has 10 card slots. So he wanted specifically the one that had 6 card slots, 3 on each side, so that it would be a little bit more petite and easier to fit in his pocket. And so because he had wanted like a slim billfold, we had been looking at some other types of wallets. Coach has a slim billfold wallet that he'd been looking at that was $125, and I don't know if I said this, but this one was $310. But this one ended up just feeling a little bit nicer, and yeah, I don't know. I think he just wanted to kind of treat himself as well, and he liked the pattern on this one a lot better. He also really wanted a durable material, so he wanted something that really like wouldn't scratch very easily. So, you know, because men's wallets go in their pockets, obviously. If you can imagine that if I was pulling my Gucci wallet in and out of a pocket, it might show some scratches on the parts that don't have the embossing because it is like a smooth leather. So he wanted something with a little more texture, like cross grain or Saffiano leather, or a coated canvas, so that when he was pulling it in and out, he wouldn't have to worry so much about either his pants scratching it or his keys scratching it or things like that. And so that's why he went with this coated canvas, and he was also looking at a Prada Saffiano leather wallet for that reason as well. And the last reason that he really wanted this wallet is because of the pattern. I think this pattern is pretty unique, but it's also very classic Burberry. You know, it has like their check pattern that matches kind of their scarves, but it is understated. So if you were to pull this wallet out, like when he's paying for lunch with coworkers, they wouldn't know that, you know, oh man, that's a Gucci wallet. They would just think it's any old wallet, just a blue wallet, but it's still very high quality, very durable. So I think he got the best of both worlds. Something that's discreet, but also very well made. And the last reason that he wanted this particular wallet, actually, or he wanted a luxury wallet in general, is because he had been reading this book, The House of Gucci. So I had bought this book because I like Gucci and I wanted to read about their history. And I told him, like, oh, I think this would be an interesting book for you to read because it's about how their business became kind of an international corporation. And he read it, he liked it, and it made him really want to buy some Gucci. So that's how we started down this path of looking at luxury wallets for him. Ended up on this Burberry wallet because of the reasons I said, you know, slim, the pattern, stuff like that. But if you're trying to convince your husband to buy a nice wallet, maybe get them to read that book. But yeah, okay, so that is the reveal of this wallet. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. He's only had it for a couple days now, so we're going to see how the wear and tear is, and I will be back to give a full report on that. Thanks, guys.